Hello students of class 7. So already we have finished till unit 3, that is commercial mathematics, okay, up to chapter number 9 we have finished already. So next unit is unit 4, geometry. So for now only I am leaving this unit number 4. I am starting now unit number 5, okay, that is mensuration, okay. So geometry part I will discuss at last, okay, because there are many chapters and it needs I have to show you some objects. I have to show it practically, okay. So now I am starting unit number 5, that is mensuration, and the chapter name is perimeter and area. So what we mean by perimeter and area? Already we have studied perimeter. Perimeter means the length of the total length of the boundary, okay. So the total length of the boundary is called perimeter. And what we mean by area? Area is the space occupied by a closed object, okay. That closed object may be it may be a rectangle, it may be a square, it may be a quadrilateral, it may be any object, okay. So area is the space covered by that object. And what we mean by perimeter? Perimeter is the total length of the boundary, okay. So first of all, see, in class 6 already we have studied types of quadrilateral, and in types of quadrilateral we have studied many objects. So the first one was rectangle, the second is square, then rhombus, then parallelogram, then trapezium, okay, and kite. These are some examples of quadrilateral. So in this chapter number 16, we are going to learn about the perimeter and area. That means we have to calculate the perimeter and area of the given object, okay. So I am starting, first of all I am starting with rectangle. So what is a rectangle? We know that rectangle is a quadrilateral having opposite sides equal, okay, having opposite sides equal. That means a quadrilateral is having 4 sides, already we know it. And in a quadrilateral, if the opposite sides are equal and parallel, then we can say that this that will be a rectangle. And one more thing we have to see, that each angle, that means in a rectangle we are having 4 angles. So 4 angles of a rectangle should be equal, and that will be equal to 90 degree, okay. So you can see this board, okay, this white board is a shape of what? Rectangle. Because the opposite sides of this board, you can see here, the opposite sides of the boards are equal. You can see here, from this to that position, the length and the upper length is same. Similarly, this side and this side, the length is same, okay. So opposite sides same and parallel, these are called this is called a rectangle. And you can see here that this angle, okay, this angle is 90 degree, because this is a straight line and this is also a straight line. So the angle between them is equal to what? 90 degree, okay. So each angle is equal to 90 degree. So first of all we are going to learn about the rectangle, okay. So student, you can see here, this is a book, and the shape of this book, you can see the shape of this book is a rectangle, okay. So here if I draw the boundary, so what will happen? You can see the length of this book is same. In opposite side the length is what? Same. Similarly, this is called what? This is called the breadth, okay. So here you can see I have drawn the boundary. So here this breadth, the opposite sides are what? Same. So now see, this is a what? This is a rectangle. Suppose I am naming this rectangle as A, B, C, D. So you can clearly see here the length of AB is equal to the length of what? CD. Similarly, the length of BC is equal to the length of AD, okay. So I am taking the length of AB and CD to be L, okay. So this length is L from here to here. Similarly, this length I am taking it as B, okay. So this is B. So now I want to find the total length of the boundary. That means this was our book, okay, and I want to find the total length of the boundary, okay, this boundary. which is called what? Which is called the perimeter. Perimeter of the rectangle means the total length of the boundary of the rectangle. Okay. So now if I start my journey from point A, then from point A to B, I have to go L distance. Okay, I have to walk L distance. So that means first of all from A to B, I have to walk L distance. Then after that from B to C, I have to walk how much distance? B. That means B should be added to L. Similarly from point C to D, I have to walk L distance again. Then again from D to A, I have to walk B distance. That means for closing it, or you can say for coming at the same point. Okay, the point from where we have started, now we have to come at the same position. So what we have to do? We have to walk, and total distance covered is this much. So now see, you can collect the like terms. So like term is L. So L plus L, and this one will be B plus B. So L plus L will be 2L and B plus B will be 2B. So here we can apply the distributive property. Using distributive property, we can write it as 2 into L plus B, which is called the perimeter of the rectangle. Okay, students. So one more thing you have to remember, that sometimes in question they ask that we are running or we are walking around the rectangular field and we are running 2 rounds. Okay, so we are not running 1 round, we are running 2 rounds or 3 rounds or 4 rounds. So what we have to do? If we want to find the total distance covered, what we have to find? First of all, we have to find the perimeter, and then you have to multiply the number of distance with the perimeter. By that way, we can easily find the total number of total distance covered by us. Okay. So student, next is square. So what we mean by square? What is the difference? The main difference between a square and a rectangle? In a rectangle, the opposite sides are same, but in a square, all sides are what? Same. That means we can write that the length of AB is equal to the length of BC is equal to the length of CD is equal to the length of DA. And here I am taking this length as A. Okay, A units. So see, this is A, this is A, this is A, this is also A. So if I am walking from point A and I want to coming back at the point A after walking a distance around the boundary of this square, then what I need? Here I have to add all the lengths. Okay, so that means from A to B the length is A, then from B to C the length is again A, then again from C to D the length is A, and again from D to A, after coming back to the same position again I have to write what? A. That means we have to close it. Okay, we have to close the object. So how many A's are there? You can see here how many A's are there? 4A. So that means we can say that square, the perimeter of square or the total length of the boundary of the square is what? 4 into A, or 4 times of A. Okay. So if the side is given, then you can easily find the perimeter of this square. Or same type of question if they ask that you are running 2 rounds or 3 rounds of this square, then you have to multiply the number of rounds with the perimeter of the square. So first of all, you have to find the perimeter, then you have to multiply it by the number of rounds you are walking. Okay, so this is called perimeter of the square. So next is the table, that is 16.1. You can see here there are many objects. There are 2-dimensional objects which are given. So the first one is equilateral triangle, the second one is isosceles. So we know in an equilateral triangle all the sides are same. Okay, so all the sides, if all the sides are same, and if we are taking the side as A units, then the perimeter of the equilateral triangle will be A plus A plus A, that will be 3A. So it is given already in the table. So you have to remember the formula of perimeter. Okay, so number 2 is isosceles triangle. In an isosceles triangle, only 2 sides are same. Okay, so we are taking the equal sides as A units and the unequal side as B unit. So the perimeter will be what? 2a plus b. Similarly, a scalene triangle, the triangle in which no sides are same. So we are taking the side as a, b and c respectively. So by that way, the perimeter will be a plus b plus c. What about rhombus? In a rhombus, we know that diagonal bisect each other at 90 degree. The diagonals, okay, diagonals, that means the opposite vertex. Whenever we join the opposite vertex of a rhombus, then we will get a diagonal, okay. So in a rhombus, all the sides are same. So we have to add all the sides. So by that way, we will get 4l. Or here you can take the side as a also, okay. Next is parallelogram. Parallelogram is same as rectangle. Only the difference is that in a parallelogram, each angle is not equal to 90 degree, but in a rectangle, each angle is equal to 90 degree. Okay, so therefore the perimeter is same as the perimeter of rectangle. So you have to remember these formula. And here the small table is there. This one, try this. So this one is very simple. So just try this one. Okay. So next I am starting the next one, the next exercise, that is exercise 16.1. So you can see in question number 1 we have to find the perimeter of the rectangle. Here the adjacent sides are given. Okay, how you know that the given sides are adjacent sides or the sides are opposite sides? For that you can also draw the rectangle. So here it is given that ABCD is a rectangle. So whenever the alphabet is given in an order, you have to draw the rectangle in that way only. Okay, so that means if this is a rectangle C, and if they are writing ABCD, then you can draw like this: A, B, C, D. So if you are taking in anti-clockwise direction, anti-clockwise, that means the opposite of clockwise. If you are taking the anti-clockwise direction, then you have to do like this, okay. And if you are taking in clockwise direction, then you can start A, then you can write here B, then C, then D, okay, like this. So don't write like this A, B, C, D, okay. You have to maintain the order, that means the clockwise or anti-clockwise, that direction you have to maintain, okay. So see, if ABCD is a rectangle, so the length of AB is 13 centimeter, that means this is given 13 centimeter, and this is 8 centimeter, that means adjacent sides are given. These are called adjacent side because they are sharing a common vertex, okay. So that is, the common vertex is what? B. So we can write perimeter of rectangle ABCD is equal to 2 into L plus B. So just put the value of L, that is 13 centimeter, and in place of breadth we can write 8 centimeter. So after solving, the final answer is 42 centimeter, and you have to write the unit. Unit is must, okay. And we know that the meaning of perimeter is what? Total length of the boundary, okay. Total length of the boundary. That means we are measuring the distance. So distance should be measured in meter, centimeter. There are many units you know already. Meter, centimeter, kilometer. Okay, so don't write kilometer square or meter square or centimeter square, because that one will be the unit of what? Area. So that will be discussed in the later part, that will be in area part. Okay, so now we have to learn about perimeter. So in case of perimeter, we have to write the unit as meter, centimeter, kilometer, hectometer, decameter, whichever unit is given, okay, because here we are measuring the distance or total length, okay. Similarly in D number, if you want to draw a rectangle, so again see here AD, here the length of AD is bigger than AB, so I am writing like this: see A here, then B, then C, then D, okay. Or you can draw the rectangle like this also. So this is also a rectangle, you can draw like this also. So if you are drawing like this, so you can draw like this: A, B, C, D. You can mark the points like this one, okay. AB will be what? 19.5, and the length of AB is 32.5 centimeters. So adjacent sides are given, so we can easily find the perimeter of the rectangle, okay, by applying the formula 2 into L plus B. So length is 32.5 and breadth is 19.5. So after adding, we can multiply 2 with the number inside the bracket. So by that way we are getting 104 centimeter. So students, you have to do question number 2. In that case, you have to find the perimeter of square. the length of the side are given. Okay, so try to do that part. Now I am starting from question number 3. So see here, the perimeter of a rectangle is equal to the perimeter of a square. It is given. Okay, and what more thing are given? Side of square is given and the length of the rectangle is given. Now we have to find the breadth of the rectangle. Okay, so from this statement, what we can write? See, the perimeter of rectangle is what? 2 into L plus B. We can write it here. And perimeter of square we can know 4 into A. Okay, so now we will put the values which are given. So given that in length is 13, so we are writing L as 13. Then B is not given, so we have to do like this. Then 4 into A. A will be what? A is the side of the square. Oh, sorry, this will be 16 because length of the rectangle is 16. And side of the square is given 13 meter. Okay, so in place of A we can write 13. So see, I am just doing in this way. You can do in any other way also. Just write the conditions. You can write like this. In the first step you can write side of square, this one, length of the rectangle, this one, then write perimeter of rectangle is equal to perimeter of square. So after that, just put 2 into L plus B in place of perimeter of rectangle, and in place of perimeter of square just put 4 into A. Now after that just put the values and solve it. Okay, so see, this is the final calculation of this question. Here you have to, first of all, you have to solve the bracket first, then after that you have to find the value of B. Okay, this is simple calculation. You can do it by yourself also. Okay, so see the next question, question number 4. Here the perimeter of square is given and you have to find the side of the square. So already we know the formula of perimeter of square, that is 4 into A. So by simplifying we can easily find the value of A, that is the side of the square, 9 centimeter. Okay, so next see question number 5. Here a rectangular lawn is given having length 18 meter and breadth is 12 meter. So first of all we have to find the perimeter of the rectangular lawn. After that one more thing is given. It is given that a hedge boundary needs to be planted. A hedge boundary, that means you have seen in pictures, you have seen that there is a rectangular lawn, and around that rectangular lawn there is a shape of there is a rectangular shape tree planted around the rectangular lawn. Okay, so it is given that you have to plant 3 shrubs to grow 1 meter length. From this to this is 1 meter length. So for 1 meter length, how many shrubs we need? Only 3 shrubs. Okay, it is given. So for planting in the whole boundary, how many shrubs will be needed? Okay. So first of all we have to find the perimeter. Then number of shrubs planted to grow 1 meter hedge is already given, 3. Therefore the number of shrubs planted to grow 60 meter hedge. Okay, why 60 meter hedge? Because the total length of the boundary is 60 meter. So like this we have to repeat 3 again 3, again 3. Okay, so we will not add these things because we know that repeated addition is what? Multiplication. So we can just directly multiply and we can easily find the number of shrubs which will be needed. That is what? 180. So see student, the next question is number 6. Here length and breadth are given. Okay, and Rani is covering how much distance? 812 meter distance. Okay, so that means here she is walking the distance. Okay, she is walking around the field. Okay, around the field, that means she is running in the boundary of the rectangular field. So how many times she had to run to cover 812 meter distance? Okay, so that means this is the total distance covered, this is given, but how many times she is turning? Okay, that means after one full distance again she is running again. Okay, that means she had to cover how many times she had to run around the rectangular field. Okay, so that number of turn, or you can say the number of times she is running, that we have to find. Okay, so how to find this one? See, if already it is given that how much distance she is covering, total distance she is covering, that is given, okay. And we can easily find the perimeter of the rectangle, and you know that the perimeter of the rectangle is equal to the total length of the distance we are walking only one time, okay. Perimeter is also equal to what? If you are, suppose you are running around the boundary only one time, that means what? You are going in the perimeter of the rectangle, that is the perimeter of the rectangle. So we can also say that the perimeter of the rectangle is also equal to the length of the boundary we are running or we are walking only one time, okay. Only one full distance, okay, we are covering, that is also equal to perimeter, okay. So now we have to find the total number of times she is running. So here total distance already given, and perimeter means what? Only one time we have find. So how many number of times she is running around that we have to find by dividing this one, okay. By dividing the total distance covered by what? Number of distance she is covering in one round. So in one round she is covering 232 meter, but in how many number of rounds she is covering 812 meter, we don't know. So that number of rounds we have to find. So that is what, after cancelling it, or you can divide it, you will get 3.5 meter, okay, sorry, 3.5 times. So this will not be in meter because we are finding the number of times, okay, or you can say the number of rounds, okay. Next is number 7. In number 7 you have to do it by yourself. I am just giving you the first given condition. See here what is given. Length is equal to 3 times its breadth. That means if we do 3 times of breadth, okay, 3 times of breadth, then we will get the length of the rectangle. So that means according to this we can write, mathematically we can write L is equal to 3b, and we know that perimeter of rectangle is what? 48 from the given condition from the question. So in place of perimeter of rectangle we can put 2 into L plus b. So in place of L we can write 3b. So after solving we will get b is equal to 6 meter. So if b is 6 meter, then length will be what? 3 times of this. So you can easily find the rest one. So try to do this question. Okay, next is number 8. So you can see in number 8a you have to find the perimeter of this figure, okay. Number b you have to do it by yourself. So you can see here how to find it. See, this length is 4 and this is also 4, okay. So that means this length is also equal to what? 4 centimeter. This is also what? 4 centimeter. And already it is given from here to here, this is 6 centimeter. That means this one from here to here, this will also be 6 centimeter. So finally we can add this all. So 6 plus 4 is 10, 10 plus 4 is 14. So that means this whole length is 14 centimeter. This already given 12 centimeter. So this one will be also 12 centimeter. So finally you have to add all the lengths. Okay, 12 plus 4 plus 6 plus 6 plus 4 plus 12 plus 14. Okay, so you have to add all the lengths which is around this one, okay, around this figure. So after adding you will get an answer, that will be the perimeter, and you have to write in centimeter, okay. So try to do this in book itself, you can do it, okay. Next is number 10 is also same, okay. You can also you will also able to do this one, number 10. This is also same. In first one right angle triangle is given and the sides are given. So just add all the side, 5 plus 3 plus 4, you will get the length of the, that means the perimeter of the triangle, okay. Similarly in B number also you can easily find the length which is not given, which is not mentioned here. You can see here from this to this, from this to this point, this will be 2 centimeter, because here also this is given 2 centimeter. Here you can see, okay, this will be also 2 centimeter, and above this will be 3 centimeter because already it is given, okay. So by that way you can easily find the length of the side which is not given, okay. So try to do question number 10. And number 9 is one side of a parallelogram is 2.5 longer than its adjacent side. That means adjacent side already I told you. So I am just giving you the hint. This is a parallelogram suppose, and length is not given. So it is given that one side of parallelogram is 2.5 longer than its adjacent side. So we can take this adjacent side as B. So this one will be 2.5 larger than this side. Okay, adjacent side. That means this side will be 2.5 plus B. So length is given, and this adjacent side length is given, that is B. Perimeter is given 51 meter. So we know the perimeter formula, this one. Okay, this is 2 into L plus B. So in place of L we can write 2.5 plus B, and in place of B we can write B only. It is already given B. So by solving this equation you can easily find the value of B. Okay. So after finding the value of B, just put here, you will get the length of the parallelogram. Okay students. So try to do this one. Okay. So thank you for today. I have discussed many questions in this lecture. So please try to do it. Okay. Thank you.